Hi guys, so I am finally back with a video and today's tutorial is my brow tutorial. So as you all know from previous videos, my brows are horrific without any product. You can see here yourself, they're sparse, they're gappy, they don't have a nice shape and they're just against me in life. I've grown them out loads of times and they just don't want to look good. So I rely on products to make my brows look good every day. So I'm going to show you how I work my magic. So to begin with, I always brush through them with a spoolie to get them into rough shape. Then I take a brow gel. This one is from Fuchsia. It's their Boom Brow product and it's in the shade Deep Brunette. Then I take some Jawline, which is from Inglot. It's a mixing medium. And I pop a drop of that into my gel liner just to make it easier to work with, and the brush I use is from Eco Tools. It's nice and skinny. So when it comes to doing my brows, I never begin at the very start because I've just dipped my brush into the product and I don't want to start at the very beginning because that will just make them look really harsh. So I always go back to where there's a bit more growth and a bit more hair and I start drawing the bottom of my brow. Now you'll actually see in this video that I follow my natural shape of my brows, but obviously I have gaps in my brows and sparser areas and the gel is going to fill that out. So I just followed my natural shape and now I'm just working the product through the kind of center of my brow where I have most hair, and then once a lot of the product is gone, I'll go back to the beginning of my brow and just sketch out the line of where I'm going to start that brow. And now I'm moving on to the top of my brows. I don't go back in for more product because I don't want the top of my brow to look really harsh and dark. That's when it can become very blocky looking. So I actually don't have much product on the brush when I'm doing the top of my brow, and I think it just makes it look a bit softer and a bit more natural. So again, I followed my natural shape and then I went back and sketched the beginning of my brow with that brush. So you can see straight off there that has made a huge difference. I've just followed my natural shape, but I filled in the sparser areas and the little gaps and it just makes such a difference. So again, I'm just running through the other brow here just so you can see it twice. Just doing the bottom of my brow, feathering it through the center, sketching the beginning, filling in the top, again following the natural shape, and then I'm just feathering the start of my brow again, and that's literally what I do. It looks very fast here when it's sped up. My brows actually cooperated on this day, which is quite convenient for a brow tutorial. Some days I could spend 15 minutes on my brows when they're against me, but it all depends. Now I'm taking my Catrice eyebrow kit and the lighter shadow and the little brush that comes with it. I'm just feathering this into the beginning of my brow. This just gives my brow like a fade and a less blocky, more natural look. If you have very full hairy kind of brows, you'll actually notice that the beginning of your brows is lighter, and that is like how brows naturally grow. So that's why I try and mimic that with product on my own eyebrows. You can see here I have a little gap where hair like refuses to grow. I've left it to grow for like years and no hairs will pop up there. So I always just mix the dark and the light shadow and just fill that in a little bit more so it looks more natural and it looks like there's a bit more hair there. Now I'm taking a brown mascara from Essence and I'm just starting to brush all my hairs upwards, and this just distributes my hairs more, makes them more natural looking, and it just means you can actually see the hairs in my brows as opposed to them looking like really blocky. So I always brush them upwards and it just like spreads out my hairs more. I actually have like quite hairy brows, it's just they're all in the one place and they don't have a good shape. So I'm just brushing them out to suit the shape I've made. Then I'm taking a cream concealer. This one's from W7. I usually use anything. And I'm just looking at my brows, comparing them, and I just see that the tail on this brow isn't the same as the other one, and I prefer the other one. So I'm going to fix this one. So I'm just cleaning it up to make it more straight like the opposite brow. I always go in and out with concealer and brow products and like clean it up, fix it, fill it in more. Kind of depends on the day. But you can see there they just look a bit more alike. They're not going to be identical, but they look a bit more like, not totally different. That is literally my brow tutorial. It looks very quick there, but I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below.